Hey guys, this is Wayne again, and I have another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Hoover Shampooers. Okay, specifically the FH series, the FH51000 and the 52000. The 51000 is the dual power carpet, the dual power max, and the 52000 is I believe the new smartwatch series. So let me kind of preface this and let you know where I'm going with this. This is the model. See this? Anything that comes with this that has this design. See that right there? If you can kind of see that properly, okay. Is going to have the problem that I'm about to discuss with you, okay? And hopefully I can help you avoid some of the problems that come along with this thing. It's funny, a friend of mine, we were just having a conversation yesterday about vehicles, and the main, I'm sorry, if I'm sounding kind of nasal, guys, I'm something hit me a couple days ago, man. I've been fighting it. Come to work every day though, you know. The champion, not that it's a good idea, not that I'm telling any of you guys you should go to work when you're sick, but you know, I got it. I guess I was conditioned to work like that. But we were talking about when we buy things, we're not buying, a lot of the times we're buying the features and benefits. Most of the time we're buying features and benefits, and a lot of times when it's a purchase of a love purchase, a passion type of purchase, one of those things, we don't think about the service end of stuff. We don't, or even if it's just like right away, I mean, I gotta get something and get out of the store real quick. We don't think about anything else. We just want to grab the closest thing. But let's say on a vehicle, we were talking about buying a Corvette or versus a Mercedes. And my neighbor told me that the Mercedes two-door is a better car to get because it's easy to work on and stuff like that, and because he works on them. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. You know, you get a car that's better to work on, and the parts are easy to find, and they're not as expensive as some other parts. Depending if your budget's not an issue, then you don't care, right? But if budget is at least partly an issue, then you wouldn't want to get a set of tires that cost $3,000. You know, and he was talking about the Corvette. You know, he said, "Hey, you want a Corvette? Here, why don't you go check the price of tires on a Corvette?" And I checked it. You know, he said, "You want to get good quality tires? A set is going to cost you close to $3,000." I said, "Wow," you know. But so it kind of lends to what I was talking about here, because a lot of the machines that we get for our homes, there are service issues that we don't consider. Okay, or and every unit, anything that we buy is going to have an element of service issue to consider, right? But most of the time we don't know what it is, and we get sucker punched. We get surprised by what happens. So for this particular one, I kind of want to give you an idea of what's liable to happen, and maybe how you can avoid it. And if this video can help you, fantastic. Share it. You know, hit like. It always baffles me when people hit don't like on a video that's giving them a tip on something. You know, I can understand like a hate video, but if you don't like the tip, just move on to the next thing, right? It's just humans, man. That's what we do. But but if this can help you, please, you know, feel free to thumbs up. So here we go. Watch this. So this particular unit is built with, the suction is coming from this section of the unit, right? On this side, okay? And it travels through the tank, and then down, here we go, in here, and out through the front, and picks up all the dirty water. Dirty water comes up through here and goes into the tank. All right. So now, so you would say, well, hey, I mean, look how they designed this thing. The suction is here, and the dirty water is coming through here. Of course, the water can make its way over to here, because the problem that I've been getting lately is that people's motors are shorting out because water is making its way into the cavity. Okay, so all of a sudden it sounds like, you know, very good, very robust and everything, and then it starts to sound like a grinding and then it starts to short out, and then it's done. You got to go buy another shampooer. And that grinding sound is probably a lot of the bearing and rust and all those things are happening because that water is in there, okay, and stuff like that. But the thing about it, they actually designed a failsafe in this tank to make sure that that actually doesn't happen. So if they designed a failsafe, they even put gaskets on this thing to prevent leakage, suction escaping, and also from water escaping. So if that's the case, right, how is this happening? So I'm going to show you what's going on. What's the possible problem? So there's I think all or most shampoos have floaters. This floater right here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure some of you already know, but I'm just going to kind of break down what a floater is actually doing. Okay, so now here we go. A floater, the water is rising. My hand is the water. So the water's rising. Rise, and then and that hole is where that suction is. It made its way, right? The suction is coming through one, remember? I told you the suction is coming through one section. Did I say member? That's for back. Remember this? Anyway, the suction is making its way through here, okay, and then it comes out, you know, it barrels through here, right, through this whole. Both of these things are made up for that, and so the idea is when there's too much water in the tank, close up the suction, close it up. So you don't overfill and cause the problem that some people are experiencing. So one solution is to not let the water fill up too far. I would get a Sharpie and mark the tank at a point where let's say you know that the floater is going to get up to about here or something like that. You don't want it to hit the stopper. Then put the Sharpie at where you're comfortable with. So when the floater get to that point, when the water get up to that point, you say, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna stop. And you just have to be disciplined to empty the water, okay? Instead of waiting until this thing shuts it off. But the other reason I'm doing this is there are times when you're shampooing, right? And you jerk the shampooer, right? Let's say you had to get over something. You know, when you recline it, to get over something, and that water splashes into that hole, okay? And that water now, the suction, remember the suction is still pulling. So whatever is grabbing is gonna pull down. So it's pulling that water seeps down into that motor, okay? Because I would open up the units and there's rust all over the motor. So the only way rust is getting in there, the water is getting in there, right? So that's one way. So try not to jerk the shampooer. If you have something to get over, just be very gentle when you kind of get over the rug or some kind of lump or something. Okay. So that's what I've been running into. Okay. So do your best to not let this allow this to fill all the way up, and also try to resist that sudden jerk. Because that water is always, it's always moving, and it's gonna find its way, man. It's gonna get up and it's gonna get pulled down into there. The other service issue that I run into with these is belt, basic stuff. Every unit, just about every unit have a belt issue one time or another. And then the pulleys. These have plastic pulleys that or tensioners. Better to say tensioners that apply tension to the belt so it can turn your brushes properly. And I guess after a while when you use it a lot, I've seen it melt. I've seen that happen. So that's something to be aware of with that. But it's not something that is so prevalent that it's like, oh my gosh, they got to do, recall, nothing like that. It's just, you got to be careful that you don't over put too much pressure on that brush, like picking up, like you have a thick carpet, or you catch the end of a carpet, a rug, or something like that, and you just always at the end of that rug, and it's like, so avoid the end of that carpet if you can. Try not to get socks, things like that caught up in there, okay? Little things like that, okay? No machine is perfect, but I use one of these at the house. I use a Kirby Shampooer, and I use one of these units when I want the kids to shampoo real quick, and I'm just saying, guys, just whip out a shampooer real quick, man. I just spilled some coffee on the floor. Just clean that up for me real fast. So this is like a fast way to zip, and do that. And I have to be mindful of those things too, okay? And so anyway, hopefully this tip can help you guys to avoid that service issue. And listen, man, someone asked me, so why would you be giving out tips to prevent service problems if you're a service business and you need service to stay in business, right? It's inevitable that not everyone is going to do their own fix it yourself. Some people they prefer someone to take the responsibility of trying to fix something versus doing it themselves, and some people don't have the time. But the other thing is, it doesn't serve me to want more trouble for people. It actually serves to help solve problems. So if anyone ever wonder that, it's better to share the information. It's actually better to share a solution, okay? Because there's other things. There's other things that people would need from a business. There's supplies. There's people may want a unit and they want to purchase it through us, and that's fine, So these tips are not designed to push away business. They're actually designed to just inform people. And so hopefully, if this informs you and this helps you, please feel free to share it and like it and subscribe. Till next time, I gotta answer the phone. Okay, bye.